That's how it's not working. And it smells. Let's go fix it. So the microwave I have is a GE, I think it's a Profile, yeah, GE Profile. I've never fixed this before, but my research says it's the Magnetron or something like that, the thingy that generates the microwaves. In case you're looking at which one I have, it's this one here that was made in 2020, so it's not that old, only 5 years old, and it's already making this noise and breaking and all that. So this is the PEB7227AN3DD. The first thing we have to do is we have to take the sidings off, and you do that by popping these screw covers out and then unscrewing this thing. There's 4 of them. Let me go get my screwdriver and do that. Then unscrew it with a Phillips screwdriver. And then the frame should just come right off, like that. Next, you take these screws out underneath here. This microwave basically is on these rails here and here. And once you take this out, you can slide the whole thing out. And now I can slide this whole thing. So I'm gonna put down the camera, but this thing slides out. And then you have to unplug it from the back, and you can go take this out and start working on it. So I took it out. Be careful about these things. You don't want it to damage your table or your counter or whatnot. Works pretty well to just put something like this, I forget what it's called, giant coaster. I forget the term for it, but this thing underneath it to protect the table, and just make sure that you have these things sticking out so that they're not digging into your table. So it looks like the microwave is held together by Torx bits. I think this is a T15. At least from my microwave, I got 1 Torx bit on the side and a whole bunch on the back. Here's the back. And on the back, we have 6 more screws to worry about. 1 right here, 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 and down there. All Torx bits. After you unscrew this, this thing just comes off. You have to push it back and it'll come off. And you just slide it back. All right, it was a little bit of a struggle to get this thing off. I had to tilt this upward and then wiggle it back and forth, but it should come off. There's no catches over here, it's just push back. Okay guys, I got the case off. Here's the most important part about safety for this whole project, is that you gotta be careful about the capacitor right here. Even with everything unplugged, it can still hold electric charge, which can get you shocked. So you wanna make sure that your capacitor is all drained. You can just connect the red to the red side and the black to the ground side there. And we can see I have no more electricity on this capacitor. If you do have electricity in the capacitor, you can take an insulated screwdriver and short the 2 leads together. You might need to take 2 screwdrivers. Make sure you're not directly touching any of the bare metal. Make sure that your screwdriver is insulated, and you can just touch the 2 leads together, and it will short that out and discharge the capacitor. But this is now safe. So the item we want to be working on is this Magnetron here. Make sure you keep track of everything that's plugged in. So I have a yellow here, an orange, and the 2 blacks. I think I only need to pull out these 2 blacks. Actually, no, I have to pull out these, and then I have to pull out this thing here. And then I'm gonna have to take this thing out and see if I can get that replaced. So we'll disconnect this cable, just pull down. So I ended up not having to take this out. I'm just gonna screw this guy over here, and this thing comes off. So I'll just keep this intact. I still need to get to this one here, this Magnetron or whatever it's called. And now there's 3 screws on top to remove. And there's more screws to remove. These come off, side things come off. And then we have 3 more screws. 1, 2, 3. And here's the unit that most likely is broken. I'm gonna go test this right now. So I started taking apart the waveguide. It's this little thing here. I noticed that there is a little black spot here, and I wanted to check if this was also possibly a problem. To take this off, you just pop out these little tabs. So this side, once you have it all open, you can just push it through here. And then there's just some tabs holding on the side, so you just sort of push it through. It might break, which is okay because I want to replace this. But this is actually what I found here on my microwave. So what I'm guessing is that this side, there landed some food here, there was a hot spot here, and then it caused the backside here to burn. I'm hoping that it's just this waveguide that I need to replace. I just went and bought that part. I found it on Amazon. Here's the new waveguide. I matched it up to make sure it fits exactly. So I'm gonna replace that and then try turning this on again. And maybe I don't have to replace the Magnetron. So here's the new waveguide. Make sure to line up the holes. There's one in the back and one in the front. And then you just push the tabs in. Try not to break the waveguide as you push it in. I'm going to put the camera down so I don't break this thing, but you want to get these tabs into here, and then I'll do the next step. So you just bend it a little bit and push it in. Then you take these guys, these tabs, push it into there and lock it in. And I'm gonna put the Magnetron back together, and maybe I didn't even need to take this whole thing apart. Maybe I just had to fix this thing. Okay, so I plugged it back in. I closed it all up. Let's see if it works. Guess not. Guess I actually have to replace the Magnetron. All right, I'm gonna go get the Magnetron part. All right, guys, here is another day. I ended up getting the Magnetron online. I got it from eBay. Here's the replacement. I was trying to look for it on Amazon, but I really couldn't find the one with the exact same model number, 2M248J. So I was able to find it on eBay for actually really cheap. I think this was only $20 or $30. I'm guessing that they pull these from either refurbished models or whatnot, or parts stores, and you can get them for really cheap. So this one's brand new. You can see here there's no burnt marks on this one. Wow, here's the old one. That's all burnt. So I'm gonna try putting this in now, and let's see if this all works. Plug this back in. Make sure everything's still plugged in. So when you're putting the cover back on, it's best to work one side at a time. There's clips. Just push that in. just work this side down, push it in, get that clip in.
See how this work.
Sounds okay. So you want to line it up with the tracks in the bottom. This might be a time where if you had someone to help you out, it might be useful because you gotta plug it in first before you put it in. And we screw the microwave onto the mounting, and we screw the microwave back into the mount. And the last thing to do is just put these clips back on. So that's how you fix a buzzy microwave. Just to recap, I changed the waveguide and then I changed the magnetron inside. If you change the magnetron with a new magnetron, it's normal that it might smell a little. So just run the microwave with nothing in it a few times and that smell should go away. That's similar to when you get a brand new toaster. It just needs to get set up and burn off some of the stuff from the factory. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. That will help me a lot. Thank you. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. I am just a DIY homeowner, so I'm not an expert, but I do love doing research and helping other people out. So that's the microwave working.